Hello, my YouTube peeps. Got Mr. Sammy here with me today. We're going to change him into one of the outfits that Tina sent for him. And we're going to do an update on this little lovey that Tina sent. I had asked you guys to vote on a short, whether you saw boy or girl. And we got 3 girl votes and 1 boy vote. So this is a girl, and my husband voted on that short video also, and he suggests naming her Dazzle. So this is Dazzle, everyone. She's a little girl. Little dinosaur lovey. Almost looks like a crocodile or alligator, but I think it's a dinosaur, a baby dinosaur. So what we're going to change Sammy into today is this little dinosaur outfit here. There's the onesie, white with different colored dinosaurs all over it, and palm trees and volcano and little bits of water, and looks like maybe some rain on there. So that's the onesie, and then he's got a little hat. I'm gonna put a little knot in this hat right quick. There we go. And then here's the pants that goes with the outfit. Let me see, how do I tell which is front and back? I don't see a tag that tells me. So I think this is the front. It's got the little spiny things like some of the dinosaurs have down their back. And then we're going to put these little mittens on him with the little dinosaur claws. That was some little hand mitts that I had that I thought it would go together cute. And then we're going to put these little socks on him that say little one on them. So I hope everybody is having a good Saturday. I wish everybody a blessed weekend. I'm getting all tongue-tied there. And I did put a post on my YouTube wall. I've got Gabby up for sale, guys. She is a Serena kit. We just have a lot of medical appointments and things coming up that we're going to need the extra money for, and I'm sad to sell her, but you know, you do what you got to do. The doctor has also ordered a walker for me because of all the issues I'm having with my legs. And so my co-payment for my part after my insurance, I got to have some money for that too. It seems like it never ends, guys. There's always, you need money for this and money for that. But, you know, we always find a way through it, don't we? God always makes a way one way or another. So, getting him out of his cute little outfit that Aunt Sandra sent him. I love this outfit. And I know I've said that on a couple other videos, but I really do. I love it. I think I've mentioned before, but I do have some new subscribers, so I'll mention again. We had a little homestead in Florida, and we had little cooney pigs, which are, oh, I'm sorry, Oklahoma, not Florida. Tony just corrected me. Homestead in Oklahoma. And we had kune pigs, which are a type of miniature pig. And we had goats. And we had chickens and turkeys and ducks. And I love animals, guys. And, you know, I miss all my little farm animals that we had. And, I mean, I miss all of them. But I would say probably the two that I missed the most was my kune pigs. Because they were like dogs. I mean, they'd come running up to you. They'd play with you. I mean, they were big old babies. And you know, pets. They loved to be petted, to have their bellies rubbed. And, I mean, you walk out there and they just flop over on their back and put their belly up for you to rub their belly. And, our goat had a little baby. And I had to help birth that goat. Our goat was having trouble having it. She was pregnant with 2. And the first one that was coming out was a boy. And he was big. And by the time we got him out, he was stillborn. So we lost him. But the female goat that she was pregnant with, we were able to save her, and she was spoilt rotten. If I walked outside and did not show her attention, she would just start crying her little meh, meh sound. And then if she thought it had been too long since I had been outside to give her attention, she'd start crying for me to come out and give her some attention. But I mean, I couldn't walk out in the yard at all and not show her attention, or she would start having a fit. I loved that little goat. Her name was Scrabble. We had Uno was her dad, and Yahtzee was her mom, and then her name was Scrabble. And then our 2 pigs' names were, our female was Salt, and because she was white. She had black spots on her, but she was mostly white. And so her name was Salt. And then our boy pig's name was Pepper. Because he was black. And he was they were both so cute. And I really miss my animals, but then, you know, I think about how busy we are now with doctor's appointments and things like that, and I think, man, I couldn't handle all those animals. Now I don't have time for that many animals. Just handling a dog sometimes seems to be more than we can deal with. But I do miss them. Mr. Sammy,
I miss the turkeys.
you're the arm. So hard to get through these sometimes. Tony said he misses the turkeys. I miss the turkeys too. I had a special relationship with all of my animals. Like my turkeys, I'd go out and I'd start doing like a turkey call to them, and they'd answer me. Like they'd talk with me. And then we had ducks. I don't remember if I told y'all that we had ducks. But we had ducks. Those were a lot of fun to watch them play. They're so silly. And they were, what kind were they? Indian runners?
Indian runners. Look like bowling
they look like bowling pins. Because they've got such
small wings.
Small wings and like short backs and a long neck. So I mean they look like bowling pins, but they're so cute and they were so funny. And it's really funny how, you know, when you actually interact with your animals every day, that you get to see what kind of different personalities each of them have. Because Salt and Pepper were so different, our pigs, even though they were raised together. Salt wanted her way and wanted things on her terms. Pepper, he was just laid back. Other than if you were bringing food, then he was, hurry up, get it in my food bowl. But other than that, he was just so laid back and easygoing. And that pig, he'd flop over on his side, on his back or whatever, for me to rub his belly. And I used to lay out in the yard next to that pig and put my head on his belly. And just lay there and rub his belly. Because he was just so easygoing. Now, Salt, she wasn't about to let you put your head on her belly. It wasn't about you being comfortable while you were petting her or whatever. It was just about petting her and making her comfortable. But, you know, she wasn't mean or anything. When she had babies, you know, she'd let me in the pen with her and all that kind of stuff. And she'd let me hold her pigs and, you know, not have too much of a fit about it. But, you know, as far as my daughter and my husband and me, we could all get in the pen and mess with them and things like that. And she didn't care. But nobody else better get in that pen or she was going to have somebody's rear. And she was house trained. No, she wasn't an indoor pig, but they did come into the house from time to time. You know, for whatever reason, and they never pottied in the house. And Salt, when she would go to have her babies, we would make her a pen in the shop. So that we didn't have to worry about, you know, the outside animals getting to the babies or anything. But she would not potty in that pen that was in the shop. She would, when she had to go potty, she would start her squealing out there in that pen. And then, you know, we'd let her out because our shop, the back door opened up into the yard. And so we'd just open that back door and she'd go out in the yard and do her business. And when she got ready to come back, she'd come back. And if she happened to stay out long enough that we thought she needed to get back to the babies before she was coming back, we'd just pick up one of the babies. And when they'd start hollering, here she'd come running. Yeah, I miss them. But a lot of people have cooney pigs as indoor pets. Because they are just like a dog. A big dog, but they're like a dog. Oh, that's so cute on him. Bless you. Come put his mitts on. Does anybody have any plans for the weekend?
Weekend's halfway over, babe.
Well, yeah, but they could have plans for tomorrow. And you can just hand it to me, and I'll read it and put it in here.
Is that gold man?
Yeah. That's the tablet that we record all our stuff on during treatment, and went off for Tony's blood pressure, so. Because he's on his machine right now, getting his treatment. Boy, it takes some concentration and work sometimes to trust these cuddle babies.
120, 58, 61. I feel okay.
Okay, well, it being that, you know what that means. When it goes off again, I need another blood pressure.
Okay.
Boy, this blood pressure thing with treatment is a juggling act, guys. To not let it get too high, but not let it get too low to where that when you get on treatment, it's going to bottom out. This is a newborn size outfit, but it's fairly big for newborn size. And I didn't wash this one because of it being white. I wasn't too worried about like color fade up next to his face. You know, because the rest of his body's cloth, so I wasn't too worried about it. But I may have to wash it just to see if it shrinks a little bit. I didn't think with it being newborn size that it would need to shrink, but... And I guess the pants really don't need to, but the top's a little, big. Especially around the neck. But, alright, Sammy, let's put your hat on. I bet this ain't too big. With that big old noggin you got. Yeah, your big old noggin. There he is, guys. Isn't he so cute? His little outfit. The little dinosaur spines. And then his little one socks. But we got the little one part covered up, but that's alright. Now, what did I do with your bank? There it is. There's your blankie. Yeah. And then we got this cute little dinosaur blanket to go with his outfit that Tina sent. Go. Let's see. No, we're going to do it this way. There we go. There we go. Now. And then his little lovey dinosaur. Oh. He's so adorable. I love this baby, guys. Actually, I love all my babies. Anyway, I guess that's all I have for today. I hope everyone has a good rest of their weekend. And I want to thank you all for stopping by and spending some time with me. And don't forget, guys, we also still have the waffle going on for the Yeti. $50 or more gets you an entry, and each $50 you donate, that gives you an entry. Like if you donate 100, you'll get 2 entries. Or if you donated before, and you just weren't able to donate 50, if you donate Like if you donated 20 and then you donate 30, then that gets you an entry also. As long as your donations add up to $50, you know, in $50 increments. So, when we fill up the remaining 8 slots, we'll draw a number. Okay, it's 7 or 8. We'll draw a number, and I'll put names down on a paper with numbers next to them, and then we'll draw a number, and whatever number we draw, whoever's name that's with, that'll be the winner of the Yeti. And if you would like this video, share, subscribe, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think I've said everything I needed to say. And so I'll let you guys go. And don't forget, take care, guys. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.